Hello everybody, Captain Marty here on Monday, August the 17th, and we have the Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament in the books. We will bring you all the top standings at the end of today's segment. Please forgive my voice. Over there in the middle of all those thousands of people, I came home with something, and it wasn't a tuna steak, I can tell you that. So I'll be right back in just a moment, and I'll bring you updates on the tournament and on what's going on all around our fishing world.
Ready to ride in style? At KDH Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at milepost 5.5 on the bypass in Kill Devil Hills, we're more than just a dealership. We're the island dealer that deals. Check out jaw-dropping deals on new and pre-owned Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler models. The island dealer that deals has the wheels you need and the deals you'll love. Check out our inventory at Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.com. KDH Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at milepost 5.5 on the bypass in Kill Devil Hills. We're the island dealer that deals. Stock up and cast out with Soundside Sporting Goods in Columbia, your one-stop fishing headquarters right off of Highway 64. From fresh mullet and fresh bait to brands like Fish Bites, Strike King, Gulp, Zoom, Mirror and Bass Lures galore, they've got the gear to keep the lines tight and the coolers full. Need new fishing line? They'll re-spool your reels and get you back on the water fast. With rods, reels, waders, buoy boots, and a full-service tackle shop ready to roll, this is the spot anglers trust before the next big bite. Visit them online at SoundsideSportingGoods.com. Soundside Sporting Goods. I mean, why go anywhere else?
So we start down in Hatteras with our non-tournament charter fleet. They had a good day down there. Mixed dolphin, wahoo, and blackfin tuna. Put the three of those together. Maybe none of them were superlative catches, but you put all three varieties together, it's pretty good. There was scattered bill fishing going on down there. My old buddy Ron Whitaker on the release, who fished with us up at Pirates Cove, went home, and when he got back on his home turf yesterday, he had not one, not two, but three blue marlin and a sailfish. And closer to the beach, they had hot Spanish mackerel fishing. They had some blues, they had some scattered drum, and there was at least one cobia caught down there. Now up in the Oregon Inlet Fleet, not counting the tournament catches, the regular charters and recreational fishermen have been having really good bill fishing. It's mixed. There's a lot of sailfish. That's the majority, but there are blues and whites mixed in. There's never been a better time to go out and catch a grand slam, which is a blue, a white, and a sail at the same time. And we had several of those in the tournament. Their meat catches are like the ones in Hatteras, mixed mahi, blackfin tuna, a couple of yellowfin tunas, and there were 60 or 70 pounders. There was a few wahoo, and then some people did a little bit of tile fishing on the bottom, and that's all through the weekend. Most everybody's just happy to have pretty weather to do that in. Inshore at Oregon Inlet, they've been catching primarily Spanish mackerel with a few bluefish, but it's not really anything to write home about right there, so we'll move on to our surf and pier report and get to that, because there is a lot of details in the surf and pier report. So northern beaches had great Spanish mackerel fishing, bluefish, spot, pompano, and sea mullet. And I'm not just throwing those figures out. It's their time to shine. They waited while the southern beaches had the advantages, and now they're rolling with a nice variety. But like all of our Outer Banks beaches, the Spanish mackerel are the gold standard. Hatteras also good Spanish mackerel fishing. They had bluefish, sea mullet, pompano, a lot of sharks been caught down there. It was especially good fishing for Spanish mackerel and bluefish at Ramp 44. Might be a place you would want to try. That's on the southern end of the island, so give that a try. And then our pier report, all of this thanks to Tony Lombardi from WalkingAngler.com. And make sure that I have what I need to present to you, so I focus on the offshore. He helps me out with the inshore and the beach fishing. Jeanette's Pier had a really good pompano bite yesterday. We don't hear about that a whole lot off the piers. The Avon Pier had a 6-pound Spanish mackerel. That's one of the biggest I've seen all summer. And they had a lot more Spanish mackerel in the more traditional pound to 2-pound size. And one piece of breaking news, the Nags Head Pier reopens today. It's by the time you hear this, it will be open. Already be open. The pier house, the fishing part of it, everything, the tackle shop. They've been doing major renovations under new ownership, and it is open today to go to the Nags Head Pier. I hope you'll go out and visit them. So we'll take a little break right here, and I'll come back and talk to you about the backcountry, which that fishing is improving, and we'll talk about the 43rd Annual Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament.
Hi, I'm LB Daniels, and when you want great local seafood, you go to Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. How do I know it's great? My daddy is one of the fishermen that brings it to the docks. At Fresh Catch Seafood, you will get local seafood right from their fish house. They are a family-owned business that knows the name of every fisherman that comes to their docks. Visit their social media pages to see the latest catches. My daddy would love to put his tuna on your dinner plate, so get it now from Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese.
So around Oregon Inlet, we had a really good bite yesterday on some big drum. It's a little bit hit and miss, but remember about 10 days ago, we had a pretty good bite. Then they moved back out in the Sound where they're catching them good all the way over to the western part of the Sound. But yesterday, it sounded like they were both inside and outside of Oregon Inlet, and people were having some good luck fishing there. A couple other things, Little Bridge. We don't get many reports from Little Bridge on the Manio Nags Head Causeway, but thanks to Gary Oliver and his reports, I know that there were spots and croakers and blues. That's a relaxing place to fish, and there's a nice catwalk with a big bulkhead behind it. You can get out of the wind, and you just have to be careful on your back cast when you're fishing on Little Bridge that you don't throw your mullet through the passenger window of a eastbound car. So try to be careful for that. The Bonner Bridge, which is the old bridge across the Oregon Inlet, is now a free fishing pier. Sheephead and yearling drum were caught down there yesterday. It's one of the smartest things the state ever did. Reminds me a little bit of the old 7 Mile Bridge down in the Florida Keys. When they built the new bridge, they left part of the 7 Mile Bridge for one of the best fishing piers in the country, really. So good on the state for allowing that to be a free place to go fishing. Now let's talk just a little bit about the 43rd annual Pirates Cove Billfish tournament. So we had 455 total scored catches. Of that, all but a very few were billfish. I think that statistics includes the meatfish that were weighed. 94 teams, 655 anglers, splitting up $1,395,113. And it was a shootout. You fished 3 out of 4 days. There were boats a couple days in double figures, meaning they had 10 or more billfish. But we'll get to the top 3. And I would encourage you, if this is interesting to you, to go to catchstat.com, apply for the free app. And then once you get that, you just click on Pirates Cove Tournament and you can see all the standings. Or you can still go to the Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament.com website and just click on the Catch Stat banner. I work with Catch Stat people this week, and there's everything in there from prize money to what every boat in the tournament did. It's a really interesting place to go. Let's just give you the top 3. In third place, with 1,700 points, was the Streamweaver. They had 4 blue marlin, 2 white marlin, and 3 sailfish. In second place, with 1,900 points, the Builder's Choice, they had 1 blue marlin, 4 white marlin, and 12 sailfish. And then in first place, my old and dear friend, Captain John Bayless, his son, John Bayless Jr., his son's wife, Paige Bayless, with 2,200 points on the Tar Heel. They had 3 blue marlin, 1 white marlin, 12 sailfish, and they took home a little bit north of $551,000. So that's pretty good. And just a wonderful tournament. Paige was the top angler in the tournament, and really proud of her for that. We just had a great time over there at the tournament, and hope you had a chance to get out there. And it was one of the best tournaments we've had in a very long time, and it was well run. Lisa Howe and her staff did a great job. I was happy to be part of it. I'm happy to be part of this fishing report as well. Now I'll go try to figure out what it was I brought home from the giant petri dish that is the pavilion in a tournament, and see if I can't find some home remedy. I hope you have a great day, and the good Lord blesses you richly.